Hello, I'm Phil. Welcome to my little door repair video. This is just going to be a short one. Rotten Morris Minor doors. How to fix them. This is the front door of my 4-door. You'll have to excuse the heater noise, it's too cold to be working outside without one. This is the front door from my 4-door. It's reasonably good condition everywhere except for the bottom, which is usually the place with Morris Minors. I took it to the sandblasters, £20 to have it sandblasted. Absolute bargain. The labour involved in stripping the paint is just, £20 just not worth it. What they did for me at the blasters was they blasted all the outside skin and all the door shuts, everywhere that paint goes up to the interior panel. I asked them to blast off. No point having that stripped of paint. No point having that stripped of paint because you've just got to replace it, which is obviously costs more money. Standard Morris Minor rot at the bottom, inside and out. Now I've bought the repair panel for the underneath, which goes there. And the outside of this door is peppered, but the repair panel goes up to there. So seeing as that's the most common type of rust and common type of holes, I'm just going to put some plates in there and show you how to grind the welds down so there's a solid base for some filler. Even if you're repairing the whole bottom section with a new panel, you will still have to use filler across the joint. So this is an exercise in making it solid with minimal amount spent on the panels, because by the time you've bought that piece and the piece that goes on there, you're up to £45, and it's probably possible to get a solid second-hand door for that sort of money if you can be bothered to do it. So we'll start with the cutting. Right, I've picked the lip back. It's released the little strip of metal that's left, so come and have a look. That was what was left of the door underneath. So that can come out. And I'll put a little grinder cut across there so I can get that last little slip it out. Clean all that muck out. It's sort of a shame not to be having a solid outer door skin, but that's what you get with a 40-year-old car. So what am I going to do now? Right, I'm going to nick that, get that off. Let it dries for a second. That's that bit gone, lovely. So now, before I clean that out, I should be able to get a rough idea of how that's going to fit. Now come in close and have a look. That's going to sit under there like that. Cheap clamp there. No, it's the wrong position. Before I offered it up before, it was flush with that, so let's keep it flush with it. That'll go there like that. Same all the way along there. Now you can see where the join would be, in a really awkward place to grind down. So I'm going to trim this plate as well, a few millimetres off the top, so by the time the weld's on I can grind it down nice and flush, and it won't affect, I won't be grinding into that little swage line there. Right, so it's coming along slowly but surely. Might have to trim a bit off around the front, and it's possible I'll have to take that door hinge off actually so I can get the shape right and have a quick look. The panel comes a bit further forward than the door shut, but that bit's nice, we can fill that in with weld. I've trimmed it a little bit short there, so I'll fill that in with weld. and that'll all grind down nice and flat. So what's next? Right, I'll trim a bit off of that, and then we'll come back in a second. Right, I finished shaping it up with a flat wheel. Come and have a look. That looks pretty good, that. Nice 90 degrees. Very solid. I've got to put a little bit more weld in that hole, which you'll get when you're welding rusty metal. Some rust hole. So I've got to blob that in and shape that down, and it'll all look like that. Even the profile on the last bit there, I've managed to recreate. See, I've got to grind all that down as well, so that doesn't show, and that'll probably have to have a skim of filler over it as well. So a lot of work. Modern cars, one quick, just remembered something. Modern cars have got like a bead of silicone down there that's just smoothed on. I'll probably do that as well, because that'll keep some of the muck out of there before it has the primer on it. Now the video's getting a little bit long to be downloadable on the internet, so I'm going to skip forward to the holes on the outside. Like all those other things you see on telly, here's one I prepared earlier. So let's get that closer. That's just a normal piece of sheet metal, sheet tin, just a strip. It does need a bit more tidying up, but as you can see, I cut a square out there with a grinder, same as I did on the bottom of the other one. Curved a little piece of metal as best as I could, seam welded it along the join, seam welded it up around the back, and we've hit it with the grinder and the flat wheel to take the tops of the welds off. So it does want taking down a little bit more, but it's all solid metal now, ready for filler and shaping up or paint. One little trick I wanted to mention: if you've got a straight edge, it's not quite straight that way, but if you need to know if you've got any of your lines straight, just use a straight edge there, and on your bodywork as well. This one's actually got a dent there, big scrape mark, which you can see that shows up, and it looks like the door's supposed to curve outwards slightly. So when you come down to where you've done your welding, that needs some more grinding down. Can you get the camera over the top? See that? That needs some more grinding down, and that area there that's high will need beating down with the hammer, and then that'll be ready for some filler. So that's that for the quick demonstration. See you on the DVD.